in San Diego at the Coors Amphitheater. On Wednesday, they'll be in Phoenix. On actually Friday, they'll be in Las Vegas. Sunday, they'll be in Santa Barbara. The 12th of September, they'll be in Reno. 14th, Sacramento. 16th, San Jose. The 18th, Portland, and then some Texas and Tennessee and Florida and all that kind of stuff. So if they're not there now, they'll be there soon. And let's get into the charity stuff.
You're in Texas, did you say? When are you in Texas?
Oh, whatever it says there, we don't know.
Say? Wouldn't coincide with our...
Oh, who cares? What are you going to go? A party with the band?
When are you going to come out? You're not going to come,
Dr. Drew, come on.
No, we have to go to Texas a couple of times.
Get on the bus.
We do. Drew, you're not going to look the band up. I know you.
It's pleasant, Drew. It was a nice thing to say.
Nice idea.
Now, here's my point. They're here tonight. You could care less. They're going to be... right? It's true. I'm sorry, guys. He doesn't care.
He doesn't.
They're going to be at the amphitheater tomorrow night. Are you going? Are you going to the gig tomorrow night? All right.
Yeah, there you go.
Of course not.
So there's something about the Texas soil that's going to ignite a flame for you and the band?
I saw sincerity in his eyes, though. It's weird. For 1 second, I just saw that, and then it was gone.
That's why he's the star. Thank you very much.
Oh, yes. It's Dr. Drew and his sidekick Adam. Oh, boy. People are going to pay for that. All right, so let's talk about the charitable side to this.
Sure. For Children of the Night.
All right.
We're doing it's a corporation that helps homeless teens. Mm-hmm. We're at all of our shows throughout the entire tour, we're having people bring blankets, clothes, shoes, even those $10 phone cards, prepaid phone cards, anything that could help a teenager, a runaway, have just that one night better on the street. You know, anything that would help them. It seems like a forgotten group. The 17 to 21.
It's huge.
I got to tell you, my girlfriend volunteers with those people, and I went over to the. Remember, I was telling you about this. It was a couple of months ago. I went over and spoke at one of these youth centers, and the people were between the age of maybe 15, 16, and 18, and boy, first off, looking into their eyes, it looked like pictures of World War I when the guys were standing in the trenches, just emptiness, and they had no childhood. I mean, you're looking at a guy who's 16 who looks like he just ran through Beirut for the last 5 years, and obviously these people they're like old dogs at the pound in terms of like adoption and stuff. People want a puppy.
Exactly. Yeah, the kids are cute, and everybody wants to help. The older people get on their feet with their families, but there's the people that are too young to have families and they're too old to be cute anymore. And what are you going to do?
It was brutal.
All we're kind of asking is that just people kind of consider the fact that if they've grown up in a decent house, even with one parent or something, there's a lot of people out there that aren't as fortunate as we all are, and maybe if they can just come to our shows and bring something for somebody.
Yeah, then you come to the show and you did something good, besides just coming to see. And then for all the people that like, the backstage people, especially here in L.A., the people that love to get them backstage passes and do their L.A. slack and hang out backstage thing, we're putting together a gambling, a casino area back there, and all the proceeds are going to go to charity, too.
That's excellent.
So everybody can...
Here, I'm going to kill two birds with one stone. I say you spend $40 for one of those Matchbox 20 sweatshirts, and then you just dump that right in the hopper.
Yeah, there you go.
Donate. This way, the band makes a few bucks. Well, you're gonna part with a sweatshirt any way you look at it, right? You might as well
buy a brand new one. Just get rid of your old sweatshirt. But then buy yourself a nice Matchbox 20 sweatshirt to make up for it.
Food?
But canned foods aren't really going to help. For what they need, on the street, there's not a lot of microwaves, there's not a lot of, there's not a lot of ranges to cook on, and maybe I would think if there's any food, chips or things, but this is mainly clothing, blankets, things of that nature. We came up with phone cards just because maybe that's the last, the one link between a runaway and calling home. Maybe it just doesn't have the means to.
A very noble cause, and that is a forgotten group, that sort of disenfranchised teenager group, and like I said, what these guys have been through.
Generation Y.
I wanted to look up every one of their parents, break into the jail that they were in, and just beat them. I really did, until I realized that they were the product of some sort of horrible environment themselves, and then I wanted to dig up the grave of their parents and beat them, and then I just said, screw it, I'm masturbate, taking a nap.
Yeah, I was going to say, beating ourselves probably would have been the best finale to that whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, symbolically, yeah. Valerie.
Hi.
So 18.
Proportions with her.
But yeah, thanks. Okay, so what you want to get a breast reduction, and you want to run it through me, and I appreciate that. So,
Adam, you love your measurements.
What are you?
30-60, 5'9", it runs something like this, 36, 34, 34.
Yeah. So it's you're narrow around the
How tall are you?
waist and butt. Right?
5'9",
So what are you coming in about? 125, 130?
about 140.
Ooh, that's a lot of breast. It's the ass is a 34. What do you got? Big calves?
Sorry?
I know. Well, we're not gonna get to the bottom of this.
Forearms.
All right, she wants a reduction. Why do you want a reduction at your age?
Well, it's starting to cause back pain, and it's causing problems with relationships. Like recently, my boyfriend, I had the thought of reducing it as soon as I started getting back pain, and I told him I was considering it, and he broke up with me that minute.
Oh, and the breasts aren't causing any problem in relationships. It's the reduction that's causing the problem.
Blame the scalpel.
But the problem was he's in love with my breasts and not me.
Well, then that was a good thing. You know what you should do? Every boyfriend that you have, regardless, you should tell them you're getting a reduction just to see what they do.
I have a hard time believing that.
Who are your breasts stuck to, by the way? You know what I'm
It just
saying?
happens. It's like they have their own magnet for the eyes.
Yeah, but we've gotten into this before, and I love the breasts. If I could have a fetish.
You do have one.
Oh, okay. So Drew has put this breast fetish title on me, and it's one I take because I think it makes me more man. And I could explain that, but I don't have enough time. But the point is I enjoy the breasts, and I'm considered to be sort of adolescent for enjoying the large breasts. It's considered an immature trait in a man to focus on the breast. But we all know that men are very aesthetically oriented, and that we love a beautiful woman. We love a woman with beautiful bone structure. We love a woman with beautiful legs. We love a woman who's wearing a halter top, has a beautiful stomach. These are all physical attributes, and no one has a problem with a guy being attracted to Cindy Crawford because, oh, well, she's so beautiful. Well, to me, it is just as shallow because it's nothing but a physical attribute. So what if you like a nose, eyes, and teeth, and I like breasts? Why are you so much more mature than I am? It's still something physical. You still never spoke to her, and it doesn't matter what her ideology is.
But I think that's great for that point, but then you got to go deeper if you want to stay with someone. To have like a fun night, or that's one
Yeah, I mean,
thing.
even if all you like is the hair and the teeth.
Yeah, that's
still,
good.
I mean,
That's good for a minute, or that's
Right.
good for an hour or a day, but then you got to get deeper, and that's why you can't, no matter what, the principle of the attractive breast just goes so far, I think. But I'm
Right.
down with looking at a great breast.
But in terms of what draws you...
Hey, Adam's down with it, in case anyone's wondering.
In terms of what draws you into the relationship, it's a physical attribute, and then you get to know the person. Now, if you like the big breasts like me, you tend to rationalize.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, even if it's not about breasts, if it's just if you like a girl's nose, but sooner or later, I mean, if that's the only thing you like, then it's not enough to build a relationship on anyway.
You got that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Wait a minute, feet. Oh,
Wait, now look. The thing about breast, though, is think how
he's got the
women's relationship with their peers and with men change as they achieve puberty and they get this development, and how pathetic men appear to them, and how distrustful they must feel of men that suddenly become totally preoccupied with this relatively meaningless appendage. You see?
Oh, okay, now, sir, you keep that talk going. I'm going to jump right across this console.
But
Jump on you.
where is she? You've taken her off the line.
No, put her on hold. That's
Let's get
all
her
right.
back.
All right.
Valerie, I'm sure it's been a source of discomfort for you for several years now, right? And so I'm sure men that respond to that are already someone you don't particularly trust. Is that accurate?
Yes.
And don't blame yourself for having attributes that could be an asset someday. Don't blame yourself for men being pathetic.
Okay.
Okay? Just start to grow into your body a little bit. Take some time here.
it doesn't sound like you're oddly proportioned.
Yeah, this may be something you really enjoy about yourself in one day. If you find trusting, committed, intimate relationships with her gratifying to you, all the sort of issues around how men behave in relation to your breast may kind of go away. It's a horrible thing that men do to women, and women do to women too, who have these physical attributes, right?
Right.
You're a slut, you're this, you're that, right?
Right.
They're very angry. The women get really ostracized when they have
Yeah, I think it really also comes down to the seriousness of the back pain. And the back
and that's
issues.
the other thing. I think, again, certainly there are physical reasons to get the reduction, and if you continue to have those, absolutely it's got to be done. But there are certainly physical therapy, chiropractic, exercises you should try first before you go into the knife. The primary procedure is an inverted T. It's a substantial operation. I mean, it's a real operation, a large scar. Some women are kind of disturbed by that. It's like a smile with a How would you describe it?
I don't know. To me, it's a
mutilation. Huh?
It's mutilation.
Travesty. It's a travesty.
It's really
back to World War I.
It's a genocide against a lot of the D-cuppers. If you think about it, we're trying to eradicate a certain size breast, and I for one, am not going to stand for it. As a matter of fact, if I ever have a concert, I'm going to ask that people bring breasts to the show. Forget about the children of the night.
He's going to take the box and run off with it.
Who wants a pair of tube socks when you can have some large breasts?
Just tell Valerie to maybe try some push-ups too. That'll strengthen her back up in the meantime.
So, what name is that?
Soli.
Soli?
Uh-huh.
Hey, you're 18.
Yeah, well, like about a year ago, I had this sexual relationship with the woman, and now I have a boyfriend, and I don't enjoy having sex with him, and, I mean, I really love him and everything, but, I mean, I was just wondering if I could be gay or something.
Drew's either pulling his underpants out of his ass or he's going for his wallet.
his wallet, uh-oh.
Oh, Sully. We haven't gambled in, it seems like weeks, Drew. Is that true?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's been a
what's
while.
the gamble?
Drew's got a feeling. Sully?
Can we be in?
Oh, yeah. You have to be in. Can you, is your radio up in the background there?
No.
Okay. What's going on in the background?
Oh, it was the TV. I turned it off.
Okay. Everyone put your bucks on here. I'll tell you what we'll do. Soli, let me just make sure we got it straight. You've had an experience with a woman, or you've had multi-experiences with a woman?
Just, it was a 2-day thing.
You've had 2 sexual experiences?
Yeah, with the same woman.
Uh-huh.
Is she an older woman?
And before that, what was it like? You were with guys?
Yeah, but, I hadn't been, like, sexually with a man before.
Ever?
No.
So you've never had sex with your boyfriend?
Well, yeah, but now I don't enjoy it.
Right, but before your boyfriend...
Oh, so you mean you've never enjoyed sex with men? You just did it.
So now she doesn't.
She's not
Yeah.
with him, though.
Hold on.
Really clear here.
Mike,
Wait.
shut everyone's mic off, but mine.
Yeah.
Sometimes he shuts mine off when I say everybody's, too. You have never had sex before this current boyfriend with a male?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the first guy.
Uh-huh.
And you don't enjoy it anymore.
Well,
And you've had... Just be quiet. If I'm wrong, don't stop me. And that's a general note to everybody. You've had sex on 2 occasions with 1 woman.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so 2 people total.
Uh-huh.
All right, now you don't enjoy it. Good. We're putting you on hold. Drew, you still have that gambling instinct?
Yeah, I'm like that too. Yes, I do.
Okay. We're going to gamble on Sully's past with Matchbox 20 when we come back. Yourself or someone like you is the name of the CD that's gone, I don't know, to something platinum. Platinum plus. Platinum times.
Triple platinum plus.
Well, wait a minute. What's is gold 500,000?
Yeah.
Unless you're in Canada, you just have to sell like one to your neighbor.
It's
and
like
then, you go gold.
100,000 is platinum, I think, in Canada and Australia.
And platinum out here is $1 million.
Yep.
In the this great United States. So you've sold about 7 million of these.
Yep.
So I didn't study enough Greek or Latin to figure out what the name of that. Drew, do you know what 7 platinum would be called?
Septaplatinum?
Really? All right, I'll go with that. The Septaplatinum sensation
Exaplatinum.
20 is here. And when we left off, we were going to get into a little Loveline gambling with Soli. Now, Soli's 18. Soli is not interested in sex with her man anymore. She's had 2 encounters sexually with 1 woman.
And 1 sexual encounter with 1 man.
Right, the guy she's currently with and not interested in anymore. Now, Drew went right for the wallet when he heard about the sexual encounter with the woman in the midst of this relationship with the man, which usually speaks of some sort of chaos.
Right.
But
18?
She's a virgin, and I think Drew was banking on the fact that she'd been with multiple guys before this guy.
I was suspecting that, yes.
Or perhaps another woman or two.
I would have predicted that based on what I was thinking, yes.
Right.
But I was wrong.
This adds a little wrinkle.
See, I got this one down.
All right, let's hear it.
All right, can I do it real quick?
Oh, absolutely. But remember, it's her past that we're going for.
Well, what I'm thinking, I'm trying to come up with the solution of why she's not happy. See, what I'm thinking is she had this guy who she maybe had her first sexual experience with or whatever as a guy, and it was
What happened when she was 5 years old?
No, wait. I think
That's
it was
what
just
we're
okay.
talking about. We're talking about
time out. So all I'm thinking the end solution is I just think that this girl was so much better and made her feel so much better than this guy, and that's all she knows is 2 people.
There's a good chance at 18 years old,
I don't think we're looking deep.
This
I don't
guy
think we're
isn't
looking
making
way
you.
back. I think we're looking at this one woman made her feel great, and this guy just didn't.
All right, so your answer would be no significant trauma in the past.
Yeah, that's what I'm really saying. I'm really hearing
And that the woman was just a more intimate encounter.
Exactly.
Yeah, because chances are your first at 18 years old, your first sexual encounter, the guy's not going to be
gonna
Mr.
go for that totally.
Romance.
She's Someone's going to want that one.
All right. So parents not necessarily divorced, no alcoholism, no physical abuse.
No Manson family.
But I would say, not my daughter's out there and it can stay there, but I would still say divorced parents.
Just divorced?
Yeah.
Anything else?
I wouldn't say abusive. Maybe abusive to each other.
Okay.
But like maybe it's just. But I don't think that like she herself. Maybe even the opposite. Maybe the parents were, and there was so much the love trying to go back and forth between the two. That she was caught in between the parents.
All right, what age was she when the parents were divorced, or before they were divorced?
I would say
up to.
I would say 5.
5.
And I would say that's where this whole because the fact that she was with the woman and the woman gave her more attention. It's that need for attention and that need to feel love because that's what she was getting from both parents in abundance.
Solid.
Divorced by 5.
Solid.
All right, Drew, go ahead.
There you go.
No, you go, because I'm still forming here.
I'm going to go a little further down the road and say, Dad, she'll say, is not an alcoholic, but he is. He drink every night, but not out of control alcoholic. Not available, maybe kind of rough and abusive. I think babysitter, somebody touched her in some funny way by the time of 7. Experimented with a friend between 8 and 10, female friend.
Okay, that was my answer, you bastard.
All right. Well, I told you to go first, and then here we are.
All right, so you have quite an elaborate scheme planned out for Soli's past. I'm going to go with, turned off to guys. That's why she wasn't a virgin for a while. Now, it could be some sort of retarded religion, but I'm going with Dad did her wrong, stayed away from guys.
A little post-hand with female friends?
Abandoned, Dad was an a-hole to her mom and got out of there.
That's what...
You can split it with them.
All right, how about
what?
You can go... why don't you pick a different age for experimentation with a female?
You can have my dollar.
A different circumstance creating that.
No, all right. I'll go with Dad was somewhat physically abusive to Soli.
Yeah.
All right. You want to go with that? Soli.
Uh-huh.
Okay. What was your past like?
Well, not bad or anything.
Your parents, are they still together?
No.
When did they get divorced?
I was 9.
Ooh, a little bit later. And before that, how was your dad?
Well, he was like always putting me down and stuff.
Sort of emotionally abusive.
Yeah. He never hit me or anything. He was just
Rough. It was rough.
putting me down.
And did he drink at all?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
No, I never seen him even drink a beer.
Never smoked pot or anything like that?
Not that I know of.
Why did they break up?
Well, my mom caught him in bed with another woman.
Oh, your mom did?
Yeah.
Interesting how history repeats itself that way. And do you feel that he's responsible for that in any way? Like he drove her to this?
Wait. Your mom found him in bed with somebody.
I thought you said mom crawled. I thought you said mom got in bed with another woman.
No.
Oh, mom found him in bed with another woman.
Yeah.
I see. So dad was cheating.
How about you and your sort of sexual experimentation?
Excuse me?
Did you ever experiment with your friends or anything?
When I was 12 with a friend.
With a girl?
Yeah.
Ooh. And any babysitters? Anybody ever lay a hand on you that way?
No.
All right. So this is the worst show in the world because I'm praying. Now I'm praying that the gardener got hold of her when she was 6. It's the saddest impulse in the world.
Okay, so let's see if
for a dollar. For a dollar, I'll give up someone's youth.
If this is correct, that Dad was rough and sort of emotionally abusive. We don't know that he was doing any drugs. He definitely.
Not that I know of.
Why would you answer it like that? I don't think you'd say no, absolutely not, if you knew that he was not.
Well, it's because I wasn't really home much.
Why?
I was always next door to my cousin's house or something.
See, that's why I thought maybe you got touched by somebody or somebody did something to you because you were sort of driven out of the home by all the chaos and violence, the rough feelings going on in the home.
How old was the person that you had the encounter with when you were 12?
About 12.
Yeah, that's.
I'm curious, just the woman that you just recently had the encounter with, was she an older woman or was she a woman your age?
She was a year older than me.
But essentially,
yeah,
right.
same.
All right, do you feel like you're a lesbian?
Not really, because, I'm not, sexually attracted to women.
What do you think, Brad Pitt, dreamboat or not?
Not really.
You're gay. No, just kidding.
To me, I just get lots of ambivalence and confusion and chaos. And that's the deal.
Right.
And, not overt sexual acting out or anything like that, but certainly not a lot of comfort, not a lot of feelings of esteem, not a lot of comfort with intimacy, not a lot of clarity about your sexual orientation. You got to cool out a little bit.
Well, if you're saying that you really don't feel like that you're gay and you don't feel like you're confused on your sexuality, then you know what? You had a sexual experience with a woman, then
right.
there you go, and let it go. And
Just cool out a little bit. Right. Just don't panic. You've got some growing up to do here. See, I would rely more on friendships right now.
Because you answered that really quickly.
Yeah.
You think you're gay? No. Very quickly, so.
She was confused.
Yeah.
Maybe she will. Who knows?
Do you have contact with your dad?
No, and he lives like 15 miles from where I live now.
And you resent him?
Yeah.
And it's all just based on him being somewhat verbally abusive and being in bed with another woman. I mean,
there's more than that. Look at the kind of guy that would do that in the first place and get caught by his. Think about the kind of guy.
You know what's going to happen is you're still very young and there's still a lot of experimentation going on. Either way you're going to go in life. Just don't think that either way is the wrong way to go. If you decide that you go and you want to have sex with women, and you find that you're gay, I mean, that's fine. Don't look at it like it's a big problem for you.
No, we're not even addressing. I would not even suggest we address what her orientation is, but that she just stay back. Don't try to have a lot of intimate relationships right now. Have friendships. Figure out who you are and what you want. That you're going to inject a certain amount of chaos into your close relationships now based on this experience in your past.
All right, and see if you can. I would suggest that you end this relationship with this guy if you're not interested in him. All right, well, what is that? A push?
Push.
Is everyone comfortable with that?
That's the last
we got close.
Go, but I think I think everybody had a little bit of something in there.
Yeah. And
can we do double or nothing, or just keep it going?
Yeah, no, we'll keep the pot out there. I think if Drew and I could have sweated her for another 5 minutes, we could have got something out of Dad.
I think so too.
Because she's not. He lives 15 minutes away, and she's not talking to him.
This guy's an a-hole, right? Major.
Right.
So something went on here.
All right.
Let's play a Matchbox 20 song, huh?
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Something upbeat, something happy. Enjoy. Engineer Mike has a new technique for play the CD. He was signaling me like a downed pilot on an island, signaling a ship. He was hitting me in the corner of my eye. All right, so I'm going to have a little epileptic seizure now because of what Mike's done, and you guys can enjoy the song Stylings of Matchbox 20. Someone Like You is the name of the CD. I'm sure you've heard of it by now. When we come back with Matchbox 20, we're going to bust a caller who called in multiple times last week, claimed to be different people, and a blind listener whose hearing is very acute.
Helped us.
Yeah, she
we knew both.
Well, yeah, but she put the two people together.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have those queued up. We'll listen to those and all that after this.
Hi, this is Victoria Silstead, Playboy Playmate of the Year, and you are listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
We get a song and then we get a song.
Hey, Matchbox 20 is here. That's you here in the background. That's Rob. Adam is here as well. And we're going to take our 10-second top of the hour break. We'll be right back in 10 seconds. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Matchbox 20 is here tonight, and next week we are off, but there will be the best of Loveline, and engineer Mike handed me the clip sheet, and Cypress Hill, Sugar Ray, Fastball, Posh Spice, Boss Tones, John Stewart, Rod Stewart, Carrot Top, Stewart.
Carrot Top. Come on. Really?
Garbage, Kathy Griffin, Ice-T, David Arquette and Minnie Driver, Fiona Apple, 311, John Popper from Blues Traveler. That's going to be much better than anything we would have done.
Absolutely. Much better than this ragged band.
Wait. He's got Andy Dick in there, too?
Andy Dick is great.
Yeah, he's nuts, but he's
yeah, he really seems a little off-center. I like that about him. It's like a genuine...
Tyra Banks?
I didn't mention Tyra.
Ron Jeremy?
Oh, yes.
Ron Jeremy's thinking?
Andy Gibbs on?
Yeah, this is sort of a profile.
Ron Jeremy and Andy Gibb, what?
Profile of our engineer's personality here. He made the selections. You can tell.
Anne picked them all, actually.
Yeah,
so it's a profile of her personality.
All right. Now, speaking of
311.
Profiling, Drew?
Speaking of busted.
I said 311. Now, quiet down over there. They'll assume that includes Peanut, all the 311 fans. When we, last week, was it last week or was it this weekend last week?
I think it was like Monday and Wednesday.
We got a call from a woman, and it was a horrific call about her acquiring HIV via a transfusion in like Rio de Janeiro or something because of a car accident, and she was pregnant, and she had a 5-year-old and wanted to know if she passed the HIV along to the kid, and so on and so forth. It was a heart-wrenching story, but we started getting into it, and we started finding little discrepancies in her story. She didn't know what the name of her medication was. It wasn't in front of her. She couldn't find it. Drew asked her a couple of specific questions regarding her disease. She didn't have good answers. And you don't want to call someone a liar who says they have HIV and their child may possibly be HIV positive.
But you're going to do it.
We almost did.
We did it during the commercial. We don't want people to think we're a-holes on the air.
Right.
But off the air, we called her a bitch and a liar. And Drew wished death upon her. Didn't you, Drew?
No, I don't think I did. But anyway.
Well, you just say rotten hell.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the point is we sort of believed it, but we thought there was some trouble. And I said to Drew, look, she could just be a little nutty, and people who are a little nutty sound like they're lying because they're talking about things that don't make sense. But the point is we kind of went with it. And then we got a call later on the week, last night, that said that someone calling, claiming to be her sister-in-law and filling us in on the rest of the story.
She was even worse, had no answer. It didn't make any sense.
Right, but again, you don't want to rush to judgment too quickly when you're talking about something like HIV.
Remember, I said no, it's bogus. It was really unraveling at that point.
Right, it didn't. I was sort of with it though. The point is the next call we got was from a blind listener, and 45% of our listeners are blind. The other 55 are hearing impaired. I found out later on. But and there's like 10% amputees. I haven't done the math, but the point is she said, "I'm blind. I have a very acute sense of hearing, and I can tell you that was the same person. That one who claimed to be the sister-in-law and the one who claimed to be the caller with the HIV, same person." So Mike has isolated the two, and we have a little snippet, and now we can put it to the test and see if it's the same voice or not. Michelle.
Yeah, hi. I actually have two comments.
Yeah.
Okay, about 5 months ago, I found out that I was HIV positive.
Oh.
I have a 5-year-old daughter, though. But when she was born, she had blood tests and everything.
Okay,
and,
no, she couldn't tell us what blood tests were and stuff like that. Now let's go hear the next caller.
Vanessa.
Yes.
You're 25.
Yes.
What's going on?
My sister-in-law called last night, Michelle.
That's the same person.
Same person.
She said that
I'm not even blind. and I could tell that.
Yeah, that is the same person. So
there we go.
Yeah. So we have I can't even remember the name of her, but our blind listener, sort of the watchdog.
The hero.
Yeah.
She's a hero of the
She's
story.
like a heroine.
Yeah, like one of those bad movies where they get that ensemble going, where this guy's a knife expert and this guy's a computer expert. And the chick's like a black belt in Taekwondo.
The interesting five.
They have a blind guy usually who listens to like sonar or something. That would be the equivalent.
Just like in Sneakers.
Right, that's what I was thinking of. All right, so we busted her, and listen, I don't mind bogus calls, but let's have it go somewhere. You know what I mean? Just the fact that we think one more person in the world is infected with HIV doesn't really. To me, there's no payoff to that.
If you're gonna lie, do your research.
Right. And it's cruel and it's BS, because I could sit here and tell you guys that both my parents died in a plane crash, and like you'd have balls enough to call me out on it.
Yeah, right.
You know, it's kind of a pathetic. It's a pathetic lie, because obviously, even if people have some doubt in their mind, they're not going to bring it up for fear of the chance that you actually have this disease.
It's also offensive to people that might.
Yeah, I would rather hear, like, if you're going to lie and call Loveline, it should be something like I put sugar on my testicles and have the cat lick it off kind of thing. And does that, am I warped?
I really
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, Matchbox 20. Okay, let's go on.
Something a little more, just colorful to hear.
Better with pate, but yeah.
As a cat.
Here, and so therefore, because I do believe in karma, I believe that gives our caller about a 200% increase in the likelihood of contracting HIV at some point.
Oh, the boy who cried AIDS.
Absolutely. And you can call in and cry the blues, and we're not going to believe you this time, are we, Drew?
That's right.
That's right. Okay. I hope you go to Haiti and you're raped in the airport. Pat. I do.
You don't mean Pat, though. You don't mean Pat.
No,
right?
not Pat.
Okay, thanks. Because you picked up the phone and she was on there, the poor girl.
Pat, what's going on?
Hey, I had a comment about your breast reduction thing. I had a breast reduction about 7 years ago.
7 years ago when you were 15.
Yeah.
So this was the pubertal, what's called gynecomastia, right? When you have
Correct.
puberty. Some young men, when they have puberty, their breasts enlarge and stay enlarged, don't go away, and they can take it out. That's not a breast reduction, so I guess it is. Okay.
Well, they actually went through, did the liposuction and everything else.
They did just liposuction, or they did actual excision?
They did not actually do an incision. They made 3 small incisions.
Okay, so you had liposuction.
Right.
That's different.
But you had that when you were 15.
Yes.
Wow. And were you horribly overweight?
I was a bit overweight, but not horribly.
Uh-huh. Be honest, did you ever feel yourself up? I mean, with puberty and everything, being 15?
No.
No. Okay.
No, it was more like just, staring in the mirror in disbelief.
Did your friends ever want to cop a field?
No.
Adam.
I'm saying if hold on
Such a
second,
bizarre
Joe.
line of questioning. The impulse has to be genuinely from you.
No. I'm saying that me or
Yes.
my friends,
Yes.
when we were 14, 15, 16, if we found out that one of our male buddies had breasts, we'd go right to it.
I would think that if
what
you're
I'm saying.
15 years old and you have what you would call a breast reduction, or even if it's only liposuction, but you would call it a breast reduction, you have to, like, when you ask the question, were you grossly overweight? Why? I mean, that thing seems like that would be a given. I mean,
No, that's
to
not the
have
question.
this-
You understand? You missed what he was
Oh no,
saying.
he's talking about guy tits. I know. I mean,
I would have
that's
charged
not-
$5
but I'm,
a
like, I'm
field.
trying to step away from that.
I see.
I'm trying to, like, in all honesty.
The overweight's a good question.
Yeah, to find out. I mean, when you say that, I mean, I can't imagine a reason why you would want to take away something at 15. I mean, I knew a lot of kids at 15 that were a little bit overweight or that were just a little bit, obviously had to be a
Well,
little
ask
more
him,
than a little.
what was the deal with his breast? What was the deal with your breast, bro?
Dude, they were big. I mean, I had, like, full-fledged...
But the rest of your body wasn't really that overweight.
Not really, no.
When you're about 13, there's estrogen produced by your adrenal glands before the testosterone is really turned on. And so you have an excess amount of estrogen circulating around relative to testosterone, and that's what causes this typically.
Right.
And marijuana is another way you can get this to happen, too.
Oh, man.
How much did you weigh at the time, and how tall were you?
Let's see. 15. I was about 6'2", and probably about 220.
Right, so that's not
very well.
not
So
excessive.
What'd you call for? What's the deal?
Well, I had a few really bad side effects with mine, and I don't remember her name. She had called in earlier about wanting to get breast reduction.
Valerie.
And it's just some of the things that can happen are just so horrid, though.
Like what?
Like with me, they told me that the fat tissue works around the as a buffer for neurons going through with the breast.
Yeah.
Mine became so
Hypersensitive, yeah.
to the point where I can't wear a jacket with a zipper on the inside of it. I can't wear shirts if they have any kind of like a pattern on the front of them or anything like that because it gets painful.
Yeah, but that may have been that way even without the breast reduction because that's part of the gynecomastia in males. The breast gets very sensitive.
Was nursing painful?
What was the other thing happen to you?
What's that?
What else happened to you?
That they disshaped afterwards because they did not take off skin.
That's not good.
And now, how are you looking now?
I'm about 6'6.5" around there, and I mean I'm not overweight or anything, but I have like a bit of loose skin that hangs off my chest.
Yeah. Well, now, do they say that you should be doing flies, or should they do that surgically and try to tighten that up?
Doing flies or weightlifting or anything to that effect hasn't helped.
It's on top of the muscle. It's not within the muscle.
Right.
So.
It's actual just empty skin sac.
Right.
So what would they can tighten that up,
sure.
can't they?
Yeah, sure.
How do they do that?
I don't know what the procedure would be, but I'm sure they can do something there.
Have you looked into that, Pat?
I've checked into it, but the insurance won't pay for it or anything to that.
No.
Right, that's true. Now, understand, but you're talking about a totally different procedure than what the women get. I mean, they can get some of them occasionally get liposuction, but generally we're talking about a breast reduction, which is a surgery.
Right. With
General anesthesia, under the knife, everything. And
Drew
they're-
told me off the air that 63% of women who go in for this procedure don't come out.
Yeah, so Adam says. Anyway.
I'm like, what?
I'm trying to get a little scare factor going for the youngins.
I know.
I had that comment about the breast reduction with the height thing, though. People are terrified of me. I was wondering if there's anything I can change about that.
They're frightened because you're so tall?
Yes.
Slump.
Get your
What are
friends platform shoes.
What do you mean they're terrified of you?
Well, okay, I can be
Because
walking
you're giant, have boobs?
I can be walking down the road. I mean, you watch somebody bump into somebody else, people don't pay attention. If I bump into somebody, they're going to jump like 3 feet away from me and go, oh, sorry, man, didn't mean anything.
Hey, go with it. Go with it, man.
It gets redundant after a
You're
while.
just imposing.
How much do you weigh?
I'm about 280.
Let me tell you, when I walk down the street, people knock me out of the way and go, get out of my way, little man. So I say enjoy it, love it.
6'7", 280, man.
Yeah, that's a lot of man.
Do you play football or anything?
No.
But I'd like to see the guy who comes up to you at the beach and makes fun of the sagging nipplage there. I mean, that's
Yeah, I think
that's
it's all just kind of like, give and take. God gave you some of this, it gives you some of this.
right.
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 There's people out there like that, too, because everybody's talking to their buddies. Everybody wants a trophy.
Do you have? Hold on a second. Pat, do you like women?
Yeah.
You do. You have a girlfriend?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, you got a girlfriend. You could kick everyone's ass. You got rid of the large breast. There's a little
You're
residual,
like Batman. Everything's fine.
little skin there, but that's all right. Big guy with a girlfriend. 22. He's got no more breasts. And Drew, we've settled that.
Right on. You guys are solving problems.
Yes, we're really healing the world one training bra at a time. Joey.
Hello?
Joey, you're 19.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, Joe.
Hey, first of all, I got some comments for Adam and Drew. You guys are awesome. I listen to you guys as often as I can.
Thanks.
And also Matchbox 20. You guys are one of my favorite bands. I bought your CD a couple months ago. It's awesome.
Thank you, man, very much.
I was also curious. I'm going to see you guys at your concert in Reno.
Right on.
And I was wondering, on your guys' clothing drive, or the drive that you guys are doing, is it like clothing, blankets, all kinds of stuff?
Exactly,
like that?
all those kind of things. Clothing, blankets, old shoes, phone cards. Think about yourself. You're 19 years old. Imagine yourself on the street homeless just for one night. What would you need? The things that, you would lack after a period of time.
I've got a ton of shirts I don't even wear.
That's perfect, man. I mean, these are things, you know what it is? You feel good about yourself if you take your old clothes and these old things and you give them to Goodwill. Just imagine this is the exact same thing, only it's going to a certain segregated group of homeless people.
Yeah, that's really cool.
The record rep just handed me a note. They have a no culottes policy, so bring anything else you like.
That's cool.
And no dickies.
Okay, I've got 2 questions for Matchbox.
All right.
The first one is, when are you guys going to be releasing like a new album?
I think we're gonna go in the studio. We're on tour in the States until October 4th. And then we're, going out of the country until November 17th, and then we're going to take a big break and hide and get out of everybody's hair, and so people aren't that sick of us. And we're going to go back in the studio and start in like March. And so hopefully by, I don't know, sometime around the end of the summer next year, or sometime around like the October, September area, we're gonna come out with another one, I hope.
Oh, cool.
So about a year from now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, like, what age did you guys get involved with music? Because I'm kind of interested in, like, music and performing and stuff like that.
Adam, how long? I've been playing since I was, like, 13, playing different bands.
That's about right. It's been about since I was 13, 12.
Yeah, I mean, you just start out playing, you play for your friends' parties, and then you move into local bars, and then you start traveling
How
to
old
the
were you
Southeast.
started playing an instrument, then, or what instrument?
About the same age. I started playing because I was in a band, actually. I joined a band as a singer, and then through that, I started learning how to play piano and started writing songs. So I was singing before I'd ever done anything at all.
That's incredible. You took lessons, yes?
Yeah, I took lessons from a friend of mine who went to Berklee College of Music. And
but at
he
13, and most piano players start at like 6.
Yeah, it was a weird thing. I started playing guitar like 6 months before I made this record. I wrote every song on this record on guitar, but still just started like right before I did.
He doesn't mean he was playing. He actually wrote it on the
guitar
body.
On the back of the guitar, yeah.
Right.
It took a long time to
Slash played the guitar, but he wrote it right on the side.
Yeah, because I've been doing music since I was really young, too. Since I was probably about 9 or 10, I've been involved with stuff in school and stuff like that.
Well, what do you play?
Huh?
What do you play?
Well, I just started learning how to play guitar maybe about 6 months ago. I'm okay, but I'm not really that great. But, I mean, I love playing it.
Hey, neither is Adam.
Yeah, I got this job by a 7-Eleven lottery. I just filled out this card, and it was like, wow, you win. And it's weird, so don't worry about it. Just do it because you do enjoy it and have fun with it. See ya.
Yeah. What? No, we're not playing it.
That was the instructions.
No, Drew, you'll do anything to get out of it. What, do you got to make a phone call?
No. This was the instructions.
From who?
Lisa.
Oh, Lisa, please. Lisa, relax over there. We'll take one more call and play a song when we come back.
Could you imagine learning how to play an instrument your age? Think about that.
No. As a matter of fact, I realize, and it's weird, but no instruments, no languages, no sexual positions. Right. I can't do anything new.
That's right.
That's it. I get in to rent a car, and I'm paralyzed. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't imagine. I constantly turn the wipers on when I think I'm turning the lights on.
This is the biology of the brain and how it gets more and more cemented as you get older and less plastic.
Yeah. If I went to your house and picked up your TV remote and it wasn't exactly the same as my TV remote and you told me to turn it on Channel 11, I would just stare at the buttons for about 45 minutes, and then I would go out and have a cigarette, and I'd come back and I'd keep staring at it, and then I would declare it defective. And I'd be drunk and I'd throw it at somebody. And then I would start criticizing the manufacturer.
Yes,
what kind of thinking is that? Everyone knows the power button should be in the upper right.
Then you go off about the man.
Yeah.
Damn the man.
Lower left. What kind of retarded thinking is that? Oh, the Japanese. They're torturing us, I tell you. Yeah, they go off about the man, and then that'd segue into my parents. You'd never get the TV on. I can't, if I want to videotape, if I want to tape a TV show, I have to leave the TV on the entire day and stand there and tape 2 prosthetic fingers to the record button.
The record button.
Yeah, I stand there. Oh, it is so pathetic. Sherry?
Cherie.
I beg your pardon.
I can understand the confusion.
Okay, I have a question.
Ooh, yeah.
When, is it possible when you have sex with someone with a really large penis for it to hit you really far high up in your cervix?
So there is no sort of high up in the cervix.
Well, I mean high up there at your cervix.
Yes, it doesn't even have to be very large. The cervix can be contacted easily.
Because this is very large.
Yeah, but what hurts is not the fact that your cervix is being pressed on, it's that everything's getting moved around.
How large?
Yeah, about how large? I'm just curious.
On a soft, he's 6.
Yeah, what about when he's hard?
I don't know. We didn't measure it yet.
Right, but it's much bigger than 6. It's got to be like a 9.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sure.
Wow, I'm impressed. Good guy.
And they don't really have technology to measure it when it's erect.
But it hurts you.
They're using some satellite mapping. They bounce a beam out to outer space, and that bounces off his penis.
Usually, if I'm soft and you start to measure me, you don't have to wait long. I'm sitting there fiddling around.
You didn't have to wait long after that either, so. So it's just.
But this is hurting you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got to figure out positions and communication.
We did like 4 different ones.
Yeah, but something that.
Yeah, but you need one where you're in control, right?
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah, that one was okay.
Try the wheelbarrow.
Your body's. Oh God. Your body's telling you something, and listen. You don't want to hurt yourself. It's not likely you're going to do anything serious that way, but you can stir up some pelvic pain certainly.
Yeah, it hurts.
You didn't have any bleeding or anything afterwards?
Yeah.
You did have bleeding.
Yeah.
Have you ever had any infections in your tubes or uterus, anything of that sort? Okay.
No, I already had a baby and.
What's the guy's ethnicity?
He's black.
Oh yeah. Let me tell you, I played a. They call this they say it's a myth, but we know it's not true. And by the way, all you black people are now offended at this horrible stereotype. The big penis, not a bad stereotype.
No.
Go along with that one.
I was hoping he was
Believe
Jewish.
me.
I was hoping he was Jewish.
I thought it was like Italian and Irish, but no luck. But I played this, geez, I don't even know if I should be talking about this, but I played in this like celebrity all-star AAA baseball game in Rancho Cucamonga last weekend.
What the hell are you going to say now?
And it was like they had like Dean Cain and D.B. Sweeney and
the package on Dean Cain.
Mark Harmon. The dude from Major League, the big black home run hitting guy who was like
the guy that played the voodoo,
rubbed his bat with the chicken leg and stuff like that. We all hit the showers after the game.
Impressive.
I got to tell you, walking in after him was the most humiliating experience of my life. I actually buried my penis in a pert bottle because I didn't know where to put it. I mean, it was, I swear to God, you couldn't help but look, and it was like, oh, yeah, high five, brother. I mean, oh, my God. And I know maybe it's out of line to talk about things you saw in a celebrity shower, but boy, I'll tell you.
Yeah, but it's just like the stereotype. I mean, if you're going to say something about somebody, I mean, how bad is that?
That's not a bad one.
He's not going to call up now and complain.
No. And if he would, I'd call him a liar, and I'd believe me. You'd have to start laughing halfway into it. Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
So now that we're all feeling pretty inferior.
Right. All right. Let's all take our small penises and go to the bathroom and take the two off.
Heady discussion.
We'll go to break, and then we'll come back and hear something from Matchbox 20. Loveline 20 are with us tonight. Yourself or Someone Like You is the name of the CD, and they are currently on tour. You will. They'll be at a town near you soon. They'll be in L.A. Amphitheater tomorrow night, and they're going to Irvine Meadows, and then to San Diego, and then to a town near you. All right. Why don't Adam? Yeah. Did you fart or?
No, I was actually just saying all over. That was my
Right.
expression, the international sign for whatever.
You'll be all over.
Yeah.
Paula Cole on some of the events. Drew, would you shut the door behind you, please?
We have like a little party going on over here. This is the Loveline party crew.
And who were you out with before that?
Right now, we're with Semisonic and Soul Asylum, two very, very fun, very personable, very good bands.
Yeah, I think we've probably had them both in here in the last 3 years.
Sonic twice the last year, I think.
Oh, we did?
They're great guys. They're really, really nice.
And they're doing, both those bands are doing well, too.
Yeah, they are.
All right, so that's a good show. And then a few more dates with them, and then Paula Cole.
Then we pick up Paula.
Right. All right, so, Drew, you want to hear this? You want to play a song now? All right, we'll play a song, and then we'll be back to answer all your love-related questions. This one's called Back to Good. Back to Good from Matchbox 20 off Yourself or Someone Like You, which is Sex Platinum.
Sex Platinum. Sounds good to me. I like it.
Sexy Platinum.
What would you call that, Drew? What's 7 times? Septa Platinum. Yes.
Sepultura.
7 million records. Oh, my God. More than the Beatles.
Yeah, right.
Oh, okay. I just didn't want to go along with
Much
me on
more
that.
talent, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Peter, they were good. No songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got by on their looks. James.
Hi.
Hey, you're 28.
Yeah. I'm
I'm going through a divorce and got 3 kids. They're not here in California with me. They're out in Texas. And their mother's kind of got them where they won't talk to me anymore. I've sent letters. I tried calling. She's got them convinced I don't do anything for them.
How old are the kids?
Oldest is 15, youngest is 6.
You had her when you were 13?
I adopted these kids.
They're her
Are
kids.
any of them yours?
No.
And they were her kids from a previous relationship?
Yes.
Why? This is really personal, but I think it has a lot to do with it. Why did the marriage break up?
She found a boyfriend.
Mm-hmm. And I'm guessing, sort of based on her having the 3 kids from the previous relationship, that she's done this kind of stuff before.
Sure.
Yeah, she was married twice before.
You know what? I come from the exact same kind of background, and I can say that, you know what it is just that after a while, no matter how attached you are to these kids it's just a general thing. These guys come in and out of their lives, and when you're in their life, I mean, they're really hoping, they're believing that it's real and it's going to last. But when it doesn't, regardless of whether it's your fault, you let them down, and you're out of the picture, and they're just waiting for the next one to come along. I've been in that exact situation.
And your mom was, how many brothers and sisters do you have?
I have 1 sister.
And your mom remarried a couple of times?
Yeah, it just happened again. I mean, just recently, my mother, I thought he was a great guy, and then now he's gone, and I mean, what do I care? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I did my part to try and be, a member of this family and try and give all the love and support for the 2 of them when they were together. But once they were gone, that was too much for me to deal with. I've got my own life. I got my own, whatever. And if you're not with her anymore, then why should I give you this love and support?
How long were you married to her, James?
6 years.
And so you were with the kids for that period of time?
Yes, I was.
And you officially adopted them?
Yes, I did.
Now, I don't know what kind of legal recourse that gives you, officially adopting as opposed to just marrying and being in the family
like
that way.
Like a 15-year-old, if he wants to talk to you, he will. If he doesn't, he doesn't. It really
in the family
like
that
a
way.
15-year-old, if he wants to talk to you, he will. If he doesn't, he doesn't. It really doesn't matter the legalities.
Yeah, but
I mean, I send them well over half what I make right now. I live in my car and go to work, and I really don't have anything.
why did you move out of there? I mean, why did you move out of Texas?
I needed work.
Uh-huh.
And I found it out here.
Yeah. All right, but James, I think, even though it's a sad situation, I don't know what you can do if Mama doesn't want you around the kids, and she's in a different state, and she has control of them, and she's answering the mail, or opening the mail.
You could demand more relationship with them is by living in a vicinity, in relation to them, nearby, proximity.
Yeah, but even that's going to get sticky if she doesn't want...
Oh, sure, that'd be hard even then, but it's the only way there would be he would be involved in their life at all.
Yeah.
And
it's kind of sad, but I'm sort of thinking... I don't know. Maybe he just has to chalk it up to experience and move on.
That's what Rob is saying.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to, because it's not going to matter. And if it's true that she's saying things about him, then...
Yeah, I mean, the first trauma when their actual biological father's kicked out is where it all gets started.
I mean, you can't come and say, your mom's a liar, I'm a good person, talk to me.
Right. Now, this is a good point, though, for people, patterns, and repetition.
Oh, yeah.
And I always have this theory that whatever was going on with the woman when you met her, like she's getting out of a bad relationship and cheating with you, or whatever the situation is, I had a girlfriend once who was living with a guy and moved in immediately with me. Like, moved right out of that guy's apartment and into my apartment. And lo and behold, 2 years later, when we broke up, that's exactly what happened.
I hadn't heard this story yet. Which one was this?
I'm making this up to prove a point, but true. Come on,
which one was it?
This is the stripper.
Ah, okay.
This is Catlin. Or at least that's what they thought her name was at the club. I found out later it was
Desiree.
It was 4 years in the relationship before she told me you're not stripping then. But the point is if you want to know how your relationship...
What are you talking about?
Oh, baby, just keep dancing. Enough with the talking. Dance and cook, dance and change the channel, just dance. No, if you want to know how your relationship
ladies and gentlemen,
is going to end, look at the prior one, and that's oftentimes what will happen, unless the person is moving in a different direction. They're in therapy. They're trying to work out a few issues.
Wait, no, aren't we...
Nah, don't worry about it. Carly.
Yeah.
You're 15.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, I want to say Matchbox 20, you guys are just so awesome. I just love you so much. Every single song on your album is just wonderful.
That's very nice.
Very
Thank you.
sweet. Thank you.
Okay, my problem is in January I started like cutting myself with a safety pin, and
Hey, here you go. Stop.
What?
There you go.
Well, yeah, no, I did. I stopped in April. I just totally like told myself, you know, I can't do this anymore. This is really stupid. Blah blah blah. And then now I started up again.
Okay, stop.
But it's like it's addictive.
Yeah, and how are you cutting yourself with the safety pin?
Just like, I don't know. I'm just like scratching the surface until
Dragging it across his
Yeah.
skin.
Are you like are you carving in initials and stuff like that, or are you
yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like words and stuff and just whatever.
Hey, and so if you're interested in pain and you feel that you need that to get a rush, I was trying to think maybe we can invite her in.
Play professional football.
Yeah, that's a horrible. I was going to suggest she came in with me and Drew for one of the meetings with the program directors and just sort of sat in and got her feel that way. What's going on in the background there, Carly?
Like with my family?
No, with your radio.
Oh, it's my music.
I think that's important just because I wonder. What do you have on?
Sarah?
What am I wearing?
No. no, this isn't that kind of show.
What do I have on?
Yeah, what is the CD that's playing right now?
Ever heard of the band Reef?
Reef?
English band.
No, is that the Put Your Hands On band?
Yeah.
Is that the band that sings that song, Cut Me, Cut Me, Cut Me?
No.
Okay,
No.
just checking.
All right, so Carly.
Yeah.
You're doing this, obviously.
I think Carly sounds very balanced and well-adjusted, and that she knows that she shouldn't cut herself or she wouldn't call. And just don't cut yourself. Come on.
Can you do that?
I mean, you know that. I mean, you realize that it's not. I mean, this isn't an addiction. This isn't. I mean, this is something that you're doing either. And I mean, I don't know if to get the attention or. I mean, because obviously she's calling here to say that she's cutting herself. You know, I mean, just don't. I mean, just stop. There are certain things, so many things in life that you can't stop doing. So many things that addictions that you can't control. Just stop.
Right. You know, I wish it was that easy, and it may be, and it's certainly not advice that's going to hurt her, but unfortunately there's something driving her hand to pick up that thing and drag it along her forearm, and I'm not sure if we can settle it right here.
But it seems like that kind of thing would be something that, because of something else, the offspring of that would be that makes you do that. Like if somebody was asking you, say, well, you know, well, how do you feel lately? You know, I don't know, I do this, and you would say, well, that's because this happens. But she's calling in saying her biggest problem is that she does that. I mean, I think maybe the question would be what else is going on in her life.
There's plenty, and unfortunately we don't.
You want to go back to her and just let this?
Because that is not the problem.
Oh, you want to gamble?
Sure.
Really? We got the money out there.
Let's even.
I'm in.
Let's expand this and try to paint the picture of what the issues are in the present and what caused them. She hasn't really told us what's going on yet.
Is she still there?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm going with.
Let's do some commercials and we'll come back and do it.
I was going to say the Pegasus, if that's what you're talking about. Oh, no, we're going with motivating it, not what she's carving. Okay, I understand. All right, we'll be back. Here's Loveline. Matchbox 20's here. That means Rob and Adam are here for Matchbox 20. Adam's right in front of me. Rob is entering the studio in a matter of moments. Dr. Drew's here, of course, and when we left off, we were speaking to Carly. Carly's 15. Carly is cutting on herself. Did it for a while, then stopped using a safety pin. And there's more damage done with something with the name safety right in the title than any other object involving the word safety, Drew, that safety pin. People are sticking it through their tongue, they're piercing their nose. I don't know why that's become the weapon of choice for teenagers.
And the choice of breast reduction.
Yep.
Really?
Carly, you there?
Yeah.
Okay, so you cut on yourself, and we're gonna gamble because we tried to gamble earlier in the evening, and this pot is burning a hole in everyone's pocket.
Okay.
All right, so hang on.
Yeah.
All right, Drew, you want to go first? Why don't you lead us into this one?
Carly dresses in black, and she is have addict parents, but I don't think they sexually abused her. I think somebody nearby sexually abused her at a young age. Neighbor, uncle, something like that.
Rob?
I'm going to sit out for a second.
Sorry, Adam.
I'm just thinking, you know, she's listening to our music, so she's not dressed in too much black. Okay, because, you know, I'm thinking...
Yeah, if we know anything about our fans, you know, if
they're not the
we're not hip,
people.
we're not cool.
They're not that dark. I'm just thinking that she's got some guy she's trying to impress. Maybe she's hanging out with a crowd that might be dressing in black. She's trying to fit in a little more, and she's trying to get somebody's attention, so she's cutting herself up.
Yeah, I think the fact that she's calling in puts her a little somewhere else other than the crowd that she would be hanging out with that would be doing that, because I'm sure they're not all calling in You know, because they're all secure with whatever they're doing. They're doing things, you know, or they think they're secure in whatever they're doing.
I'm going to run over the title of the game one more time for Matchbox 20. The title of the game is Gambling on the Past.
All right. Well, no one told us the title of the game. You threw down some money in front of us. You said guess something.
Sure, we didn't know the rules before we entered. I want my dollar back because I need that dollar.
6 Amstel lights ago, you knew the rules. Believe me. All right, here's the point. What went on in her childhood that led her to cut on herself?
It's always safe to go with the divorced parents.
Right. What age? You want to go 5 again?
I was closer than anyone else. I'm gonna go with around 5 again.
All right.
I'm thinking her parents divorced 4 years ago. Was she 18 now? She's 14? She's 13? How old
She's
is she?
15.
She's 15. Great. So at 12, how old did you say?
I'm gonna say she's the younger child as well.
At 12. They divorced at 12. She's having problems right now and trying to figure out what's going on. Just kind of
I'm going to go with abuse from dad and no attention from dad at the same time. Just a little sprinkling of physical.
I'm gonna go with a mom that works all the time and is never home, and she lives with her mom, but she's by herself a lot.
No sexual abuse. All right, here we go. Carly.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us about your past.
Well, I've had like nothing. My parents, we have a perfect family. They are very, very good to me. They take me. I've been to Europe 3 times. I have everything.
Oh, so they're trying to buy your affections. There it is.
No, I have everything I need. They're not divorced. They've been married 18 years. They've no abuse from any member of my family. Nothing like that.
How about outside the family?
Nope.
But if you say that, I mean, you call and say your only problem is that you're carving yourself up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it.
Do you have an eating disorder?
No.
Did you ever have an eating disorder?
Nope.
Are you sexually active?
No.
So now I was going to say the middle-class family earlier, but you guys forced me to this divorce thing.
And there's no alcoholism in your family anymore?
Nope.
See, I want to take this money now.
But I'm going back to my original.
I go with Rob. Just stop. I'm with Rob.
Yeah. All right. You have no excuse.
God, we love you, honey. Stop.
You have a great life.
Knock it off.
Lay off the needle.
Yeah, right. There's a lot of people that are so much.
I've never been to Europe once, you bastard. Stop cutting on yourself.
And I will say that there's no way that you have a perfect family and start behaving like that.
No,
it doesn't happen.
Why do you have an impulse to cut on yourself if everything is
maybe everyone, like all of her friends, have messed up families.
And you can't be an addict unless you inherit addiction. So there must be somebody there with that if you suspect yourself are an addict.
All right.
So, but there's something missing,
Maybe
but
she's
it's not
listening to the
of the
Backstreet
quality that certainly we were getting into.
All right. Let's see if we can find some. We've never done this before. We've gambled on 2 calls, and it's been basically.
Somebody's got to have some
push.
serious problems.
Barbara.
Hi, guys.
You're 27.
Yeah.
You've been on hold for 123 minutes.
I know. It's been a long time. I'm getting real tired.
God bless you.
Welcome.
What's going on?
I have a son. He's 10 years old, and he's been getting migraines since he's 2.
That's just an excuse. He doesn't want to have sex with you.
What?
Don't believe him. He's
Go
just
ahead.
saying it.
And so?
I was wondering if that's normal, and
That's normal. Of course not.
to have migraines.
No, I mean,
Like, really
is this the first time you've sought any help whatsoever?
Oh, man. I've been to doctor.
And it's obviously not normal.
Oh, yeah, of course. What do you mean by migraine?
I don't know. I mean, they said it was just migraines, and I was...
What does that mean by migraine?
He's, throwing up, his vision is blurred, and, I mean, he gets pounding headaches really bad.
Is there migraine in the family history somewhere?
No, I don't get no migraines. My husband doesn't.
CAT scan.
What about the first?
Scary, to watch him like that.
So he's seen neurologists?
Yeah, I've been to neurologists and blood work done, and ears, nose, and throat specialists and everything, and I mean nothing. I was wondering if it was from because when I first found out I was pregnant, I was partying before I knew, and I was wondering if it could have been from that or
what were you using?
Oh God, everything. I was drinking and smoking, and I was doing hits.
Of what?
Heroin and codeine.
All right. Well, just.
I was wondering if it was from that.
How far into the pregnancy? You said before you found out.
It was maybe a month. That I didn't know I was pregnant because I was young. I was 16 when I had him.
Yeah.
And
coming up with an addicted mom can create all kinds of strange symptoms in a child. So
how's the addiction going now, Barbara?
For me, I'm okay.
Yeah, I mean, because I know that if I were older, if I was 9 years old and my mother had an addiction, that would give me a headache to begin with.
That's right. And so it becomes more in the realm of psychiatry than neurology.
Hey, Barbara, can you get sober?
For me, yeah, I am.
No,
I'm fine now. I really am.
Not abstinent, sober.
I don't party no more.
You don't drink?
I drink once in a while, not often, though.
Okay.
True enough.
Hey, any drugs at all, any more of the heroin or any of the...
Oh, me? No.
Yeah, none at all.
I don't do that no more. As soon as I found out I was pregnant, I stopped partying.
No pot.
Everything.
No pot, no alcohol.
No.
Hey, take the kid to an allergist also if you haven't done that already. You did?
I did.
Right on.
Allergist. I was
Can you
wondering
take him
about,
back?
like,
I mean,
huh?
You need to take him to a psychiatrist after you've exhausted the physical areas. I mean, again, psychiatrists would be able to take into account what the biologic effects of the drugs might have been in utero, and take into account what the impact will have been of having a mom with addictive history who is not in sobriety.
And don't think it's an awful last resort. I mean, if you go there and they find that it's not all in his head, then whatever it is, then you'll know that it's not.
Well,
that,
it's some combination.
Direction, yeah.
I suspect some combination of the biology.
Because you wish you'd been to every other option so far.
That's right. And believe me, you know, if there's something there that the specialist can find, they'll find it.
Barbara didn't sound like she was knee-deep in sobriety.
No.
By any stretch of the imagination.
No.
And you can tell just by her sort of semi-evasive answers that she'd slowed down a little, but hadn't gotten off
it seemed like
the
the
train.
first answer we got was that she'd slowed down a little, and then when we grilled her on it, she said, "Oh no, I'm totally sober,
Yeah.
totally."
So.
Yeah. Drew, there's...
It doesn't work
If she
like
hasn't
that.
thrown the bong away, then she's not entirely sober.
It doesn't work. That's right.
Right. As a
And
matter of
even then, if
fact,
you
don't
don't
throw the bong away, bring it to the Matchbox 20 concert, because there are kids on the street who are smoking out of foil pipes. I swear to God, it's a tragedy. I saw a kid smoking out of a Mountain Dew can the other day.
Man,
First time.
Yeah, we've never had this.
Man, this is really
All right, we're going to... you know what, Drew, why don't we donate this to the Children of the
You
Night?
guys.
Okay?
Yeah, we'll all give this all to
I know we make several $100,000 a year, and that's just $1. But, you know, they always say, if you can just give $1, and then I always go for $1. All right, there it is. And I better make it into that box, you sons of bitches.
We're going to go grab some drinks.
Don't eat or smoke that money. All right, we'll be back. I'm not saying this because it sounds good, but I really could go another hour tonight.
Yeah.
I'm having a good time. We didn't settle the gambling just yet, and I really wish we did have another hour. Of course, we'd be getting compensated for that. I wouldn't do it. Matchbox 20, thank you very much for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
Yourself or someone like you is the name of the CD. It's go ahead and buy your second one. And we do appreciate it, guys. Best of luck. Until next time, it's Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo. And I was always amazed, I understand, like, when someone cuts you off, you call them lard ass or something. But it always amazes me when people write letters to sort of inform people of things that they may not possibly know.
Yes.
And Adam, I hate to say it,
Yeah.
and I don't want to say it, and it's not easy to say it, but you're really not an attractive guy.
But I'm here for you, Adam.
Yeah, but I think you're funny and stuff. Anyway, let's see. You're not all that good looking. Drew, however, was so, with 6 O's, sexy. My God, I almost fell out of my chair. I mean, wow. I cannot even begin to describe it. Well, Drew, you and I definitely have two different looks going on, and
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we would cater to the same audience.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Please read this over the air so girls like me, and possibly gay males, will know who's really the hot one. Loveline forever, Drew's biggest fan. P.S. Adam, how's the new puppy? Pity the animal. How's the new puppy? Let's see. Pity the animal. You probably have already felt her up a few times.
No.
Well,
No.
Listen, I give her a milk bone each time I do it, and no one could be happier.
That's where you get a bad rap for doing your job well.
What's that?
When people really think you're as pathetic a scumbag as you portray on the radio.
Yeah, thank you. All right, so, yes, Drew's very good-looking, although I still scored marginally higher than him on the personal rating system, or the PRS. We'll work that out again one show. All right, in other news, I was watching When Animals Attack 3 tonight on Fox.
All right.
I don't know if you saw that
You've
show.
mentioned it. I've never seen it.
Oh, it's an excellent program.
I don't let the kids watch violent stuff.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Even nature's violence, like when a
No.
bear attacks somebody?
No, not yet. No,
Really?
Why? You know?
Yeah.
Why not?
Really good-looking people never get attacked by bears and wild animals. They just don't. I don't know if they can sniff their looks or something, but it's always a bunch of trappers or something.
Right.
Some woman who's living in some trailer somewhere out in Alaska. Who's, the polar bear was attracted to the snuff she'd been dipping and that bear was attracted to that or something, or some tooth decay she had was smelled out by the mountain lion or whatever it is. But don't worry, good-looking people never get bitten, at least according to these. But the thing that's funny about these shows is they get pretty good-looking model chicks to do the recreation. And then they do the interview, the actual person that was attacked, and it's a whole different story.
Sure.
And I always just think it's funny. Hey, we need a good-looking model to get mauled by a bear.
It's TV.
I just wonder if there's if they figure there's some sort of perverse thrill in seeing like those remember those old magazines, True Detective Story, and there'd be some good-looking chick who'd be getting her bra cut off with a stiletto blade. It was sort of a masturbation for the criminally minded. Well,
that would just about sum up television, wouldn't it?
Masturbation for the criminally minded. That is it. All right. Anyway, the one thing I did find funny, I made myself a little note, is one kid was out on a bike ride or a walk with his folks around some bayou somewhere, and an alligator just slid up onto the shore, grabbed this poor kid, and dragged him back into the water. Was basically trying to eat the kid. Mama and Papa ran in, like good mamas and papas. My parents would have called like a therapist while I was being eaten by the crocodile. But these parents ran in, started smacking him with a handbag and whatnot, wrestled the kid away. Got the kid back. Kid had a punctured lung and a couple of broken ribs and some lacerations. Later on, when they interviewed the mom, she said, I believe the child is blessed by God. I thought to myself,
to be attacked by an alligator.
Not everyone gets eaten, actually processed by the gator. Not everyone actually gets digested by the alligator. What about the folks who never get eaten by the gator at all? I mean, never even have a run-in with the gator. What about, let's say, the serial killer who goes through his entire life, never gets caught, never gets eaten by a gator?
Very blessed.
He's extra super blessed. Now, I think anytime you're dragged into a swamp by a gator, I wouldn't call you blessed. I could see God possibly being a part of your life, but I don't understand the blessed part. Being 11 and being mauled by a gator doesn't seem like blessing material to me.
Hey, we have a mountain lion that lives in our neighborhood.
Really?
Yeah, we have coyotes all over the place. Deer, mountain lion.
Yeah. Keep an eye on the kids.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I freak out when I go running. I think it's a hot day and I'm running here with a toy for a lion.
Still, if you did get tackled by a mountain lion, that would be good press for the show.
All right.
We do the show out of your hospital bed, that kind of thing. Lots of well-wishers. Now, I was thinking the kid walking next to the bayou and finding like a winning lottery ticket.
Blessed.
That's blessed. That's blessed. Eaten by a gator? Maybe not blessed. But then I thought...
Or maybe God was ambivalent. Rethought it.
God said, let's sacrifice this one to the human altar. No, let's give him back. Now, I just thought, geez, when you're religious, that's the whole point. That's what you got to be when you're religious. You really got to work your angles. Ooh, kid got eaten by a gator. What the hell are we going to do with that one? He's blessed. Okay.
But you know what? I don't care who you are as a human being. When your back is against the wall, you start praying to God.
Really?
Okay?
Yeah.
You will, too.
I'm going to do it.
Yeah. And what comes out of that may be some sense of religious necessity.
All right.
Everybody. People need that.
Sharon.
Yes.
You're 23.
Yes. Hi, Adam. Hi, Dr. Drew.
Hey.
My question is about depression. I was just wondering if birth control pills can make someone more depressed.
Yeah, sure. They can work either way, and it's very hard to predict which way they're going to go.
And I was also wondering about, I know I've heard a lot about St. John's wort recently.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if that can be as effective as like Prozac or other.
No, it's a weak version of that. I have a little trouble myself understanding why people would want to take a plant that has the same pharmacology as a pill when it just can't be adjusted quite as well and it isn't quite as effective.
Can they get it over the counter?
Yeah.
Well, that's it.
Is that it?
And there's a stigma attached to having prescription drugs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you go to the old herbalist, the old Chinese guy over at the health food store, and he gives you a little root, and you swallow that with some tea, and you feel like you're, back to nature.
Right. It seems healthier.
But
somehow.
you need Prozac. You're nuts.
What? Well, that's the image.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the image,
yeah,
right.
that's what I'm saying.
Taking Paxil,
Yeah.
and it made me really nauseous.
Well, I mean, there's many other medication in that class.
Yeah.
You certainly ought to try, if indeed you need antidepressants. Okay?
Okay.
All right. You all right?
Yeah. I've had a lot of problems with depression, and I was just wondering, if so you're saying it's not as effective, but can it be?
It can be effective, but I'm saying is, if you really have depression, why not take advantage of a comprehensive course of treatment? That is to say, somebody who really knows how to manage it biologically and psychologically, and go in and dig in and get treatment.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Like, this is somebody who's motivated. She's trying this, trying that.
All right.
Go do it. Go see some experts.
A lot of exercise is good, too.
Sure, absolutely.
All right.